Assalamu alaikum. Is everything good?
Walaikum salam. Yeah, Alhamdulillah. Everything is good.
So we are waiting for the participants.
Yeah, yeah, we are waiting for somebody. If you guys don't have any issue, we can wait. Otherwise, we can start it now. I'm asking to all the participants if there is no issue, we can wait or we can start.
Yes, we can wait for some time for more participants.
Okay, Sister Aliza, we can wait.
Yeah, yes, please.
Okay, so we have Muhammad Hamza with us. He wanted to say something. Muhammad Hamza? Assalamualaikum. I am Muhammad Hamza. How are you all?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. 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 Okay, so I think I should start the session now. Am I audible?
Yes,
Am I
you are
audible?
audible.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to all of you. Hope you all are doing well. So I Rukhaya Imran welcomes you all in today's in Aligs Speak Up discussion forum. Today we are here to discuss a topic of immense relevance in our times, digital addiction and its effect on youth. We are living in an era where technology has become a very important part of our life. I hope this session will be helpful to all of you. Okay, let's start our today's session with Sister Aliza. Sister Aliza.
Hello. Am I audible, everyone? Is everybody here?
Yes. Yeah, you're
Yes.
audible.
Yes.
Okay. So, as we already know, today's topic is digital addiction and its effects on youth. So, generally speaking, like as a student, it's very common it's very commonly found in us. So, it's better to narrate what happens to a student rather than talking about what usually happens, because again, like I am a part of the youth, and I would like to narrate what usually happens when you are going through a digital addiction. So basically, it's very obvious. Like right now, I'm going through holidays. We have holidays right now, winter vacations, and digital addiction it is at its peak. Okay, so the thing is that first of all, when you wake up in the morning, it's not exactly morning. It's quite late in the morning, or it's probably till afternoon. Most of the I have heard it from my friends as well, and that's completely true about as well. So what happens is that you wake up late because you were late night scrolling, and yet again scrolling right before bed is again not good because your quality of the sleep will go down. And the next thing is that you wake up, and most of the time what we do is like just because of the fear of your mother or your father, you have many alarms, right? So that many alarms actually does disrupt your brain, that does disrupt your brain, and it does affect your mental health. Yet again, if you wake up early before what you were actually expected to wake up, then you become a lot more irritated, and your sleep was not good enough. Or if you wake up late, then you will definitely get targeted by your mother. That's what usually happens. And the next thing is that you wake up late, you wake up lethargic because you did not because your biological cycle was not met with what you were going to have. Basically, if you were supposed to sleep from 12 to 8 a.m., you're not sleeping that. You're basically sleeping around 3 a.m. and then you're waking up quite late. So that's again a not good sign. And yet again, waking up late, and then again when you wake up late, and especially in girls, okay, especially in girls, your hormonal changes are very disrupted. They're very disrupted, and you go through a lot of mood swings which are not supposed to happen that early, or that usually usually they don't happen like quite early. Then they can vary actually. And further, with your biological cycles as well, they do affect them a lot. And your mental health, everything is like correlated with this digital aggression. And I'm not going to talk about what is digital addiction, because we all know what is addiction, but I want to talk about its effects more importantly, because we all know digital addiction is like going through scrolling over getting addicted to it. I will do talk about dopamine addiction, that is again related to the digital addiction. So the thing is that you wake up late, you're basically lethargic, and you try to get your things done, but you're not able to do that. There's also a revenge bedtime procrastination, which we have already seen on internet multiple times, that you usually try to use your phone till late at night, or you usually try to do things. You try to do things, but you are usually not able to do that. Sometimes you are able to do it, sometimes you're not able to do that. So it's basically a 50-50 chance. You may do that, you may not do that. So it's just like revenge bedtime procrastination, because you have wasted your entire day on using your phone, on doing things which are not relevant enough, and then you try to make up to that in the night. And further, throughout the day, whenever you are free, you are literally doom scrolling because you do not have anything else to do. And that's kind of like making yourself feel like, oh, I'm doing something, but that's exactly what not you are doing. That's not a good thing to do. And one thing that I really want to talk about is that the mental health. I've already talked about anxiety and depression, and the thing is that basically, and sometimes what happens is that you are getting addicted to it, and you're trying to follow lifestyles which are basically based on that. So the thing is that you're getting influenced, but then again, that influence matters. Whether you are getting influenced by a good person, whether you are getting influenced by a fake influencer, so that depends a lot, basically. And many people, we have seen multiple cases of cyberbullying as well, and also how people just to follow such influencer, even we do not know them personally, we do get sometimes wade into it, which is not like relevant part of your life. And yet again, I would like to talk about one thing which is very important, that is dopamine. Now dopamine is a reward system. Basically dopamine is a reward hormone. It's a neurotransmitter. So the thing is that dopamine is released when you get a reward. Like when you do a normal thing, you get that dopamine and you feel happy about it. But it's an instant hormone. It's an instant and a neurotransmitter. Okay, so that thing is that whenever you are going online, whenever you are interacting with something, and you get some like, you get some comment, and whenever if you talk with someone, your conversation was going well enough. So the thing is that that is giving you some sort of a happiness, and that some sort of happiness is, though it is a small time limited, it's limited, it's just instant happiness. And the thing is that you are getting slowly addicted to that. And that instant gratification, you can say that wording, instant gratification, I have written it somewhere. So basically that results into your endless scrolling, endless that small instant happiness. And then further that results in overstimulation. And whenever you are overstimulated, normal things will not make you happy enough. Okay, now you have to go over the phone just to feel that much happy, and that happens to me a lot. Like I'm talking about this, and yes, yet I am aware of this kind of a messed up situation, I know that. But thing is that, like, I am getting and anxious over my studies, and what I do is just go over my phone, and I start feeling fine enough. That's not a good thing, but I'm talking about it because this is something that has to be talked about. Like if I'm going through this, I want to get out of this, I want to people to be aware of this. That's just part of it. And yet again, the thing is that you get overstimulated, you're getting more stimulations, and that has to be stopped, because that what results in doom scrolling, and that what results in a messed up time schedules. So that's pretty much it, and thank you very much.
Well said, Sister Aliza. Now I want to invite Miss Deepika. Miss Deepika,
Yes, yes. Am I audible?
yes, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. So today's topic, as we know, it is digital addiction and its impact on young generation. So we all are familiar with the word digital addiction. It is the addiction of digital devices. We use laptops and mobiles without knowing its long term effects, without realizing what it is affecting in our life and how it hampers our day to day activities. So I'll talk about the impacts it has. So the first thing that comes into my mind is social comparison. Like we as we youngsters often compare ourselves with the people over the internet without knowing the reality, without knowing whether it is fake or real. We compare ourselves with them, and we don't realize it, and we try to become like others. So I think that it leads to low self confidence. So yes, social comparison is a problem which we face, or which I see youngsters face. The next thing is, it of course hampers our sleep patterns. We often use it before sleeping and while we are in bed. So it affects our sleeping patterns, leading to a lot of mental and physical strain. Also, it leads to bed postures. We do not realize in what posture we are using or we are scrolling. We usually scroll Instagram reels, so we don't realize it, that in which posture we are sitting and in which posture we are using the mobile, which of course will lead to long term effects and will of course will be harmful. It also leads to a zero physical, almost negligible physical activity. We are always, the young generation is always engaged in mobile phones, and this leads to almost negligible social life. They do not know, or they face a little problem when when they are in public places. They are more comfortable in chatting rather than face to face interactions. Also, it also leads to the eye strains. Of course, that's the main problem. I see most of the people, younger people, have glasses on. And the first reason that come in my mind is the use of mobile. There may be other reasons, but the I think that in most of the cases the reason is the overuse of mobile phones and digital devices, which of course leads to the glasses they have. Also, it reduces memory retention power. We don't think we are dependent on mobile phones, and we don't use our brain in such a way that it can be helpful. We critical thinking is very poor nowadays. As for example, we can have in earlier times, uh, many people used to remember phone numbers, but in today's generation think I wonder maybe they even remember their parents phone number. So yes, it of course reduces memory retention. It can be addressed by engaging ourselves in offline activities. We should be engaging ourselves in sports and other activities so that so that we can have less screen time. Also, person to person interactions should be encouraged. Parents should be a little more uh, supportive, and they should also see whether their child is playing or is always on their phone. So this is all about it. Thank you so much.
Well said, Miss Deepika. Now I wanted to invite Brother Shabir Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam.
First of all, I would like to say it was wonderful to hear, to listen Sterliza and Pika. They talk about various things, the addiction, that's the digital addiction and its effects. First of all, I would like to tell you what is the digital addiction. Of course, it's the overuse of the internet, uh, and all the apps that are there, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. And then I will talk about the effects. Of course, there are both positive and negative effects are always there. So this overuse of the internet, or the addiction of the internet, first of all, the unfortunate thing that is we are not still recognizing, and it is an addiction, or it's a biggest addiction, biggest, I can say, the bigger threat to the human race than the addiction of drugs. And because it's, you know what, its effect is from the small child, 1 or 2 year old, to elder ones. So uh, so what are the effects of digital addiction? The effects that Aliza and Deepika, both of they mentioned, that is the sleep cycle, disturbance of the sleep cycles, of course, always there, and I am the prime example of it. And Sister Deepika mentioned about the postal position that we use, and I am also the example of that, because I recently I checked my eye. One of my eye had got damaged because of it, and he and doctor said it's because of it. So I had to use the test now. So- and the other effects that are there are like, we sell digital correctness. Today what we do on the YouTube, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, we edit our photos, images. You know what, it's called the digital correctness. We edit our photos in such a manner that it looks like they're on the internet, it looks very nice, they're on the internet, but actually what we are, our real faces, the real posture, the real faces that we have, we try to correct ourselves on the internet. But then what does it do to us? It just lower our self-esteem. Then we are not able. Even there was a case study of a girl from Turkey. She said, I am not able to come out of the home now. I am not able to, meet my friends, because the photos she edited are so so good on the digital media. Obviously, she's not, you know what, we can say the theme, the beauty standard that's there on the internet. She is not that much, you know what, correct. It's obvious. Everybody has those weaknesses, or I can say that I don't know what I can say that. So that is there, the digital correctness, the editing that we are doing there. It lower our self-esteem. The other things that are there, are it's a very it takes a lot of time from us. There we even we did a small study. It was not a scientific, it was unscientific among our groups, our friends. And what we do, we just share the, you know what, the screen time. And it an average, we will, I think the sample size was 15. The average screen time of each of us was 6 to 8 hours, and it is a lot. 6 to 8 hours. So this is the other hazards effect that it has upon us. It, of course, our the study time, it affects our study as well. The main purpose that the students have is to study. But what we do is this, the addiction, because of this addiction, it takes a lot of time from us. uh, so these are the things, I think these are the effects that are haven't seen on daily basis. Thank you. This was it.
Well said, brother Shabin. Now I wanted my sister now.
Assalamu alaikum. So all of you have told us so much. So I think I don't have so much to say, but yeah, I have something to share with all of you. So if we talk about the negative, the addiction of digital devices and its effects on youths. So yeah, we all know that today youths are youths are addicted to the digital devices so much. And because of this, I think we don't we cannot imagine a whole day without any network, without mobile phones, without computer. Can you imagine? I don't think so. Because if we okay, I think we should imagine that day. We don't have any mobile phones, we don't have any network. So how would you spend the whole day? I don't think so. I think it 1 hour uh, would be like 10 hours. Okay. And if you imagine your day with the mobile phones within a good network, then your 10 hours would be, I think, 1 hour. Like, so it was the major impact of on youth of digital devices. So because we are addicted like this, that we cannot imagine our 1 hour, if you can say 1 hour without mobile phone, without any network. So, and it also distract students from their studies. uh, Students cannot concentrate on their studies, and they have to they don't have good academic performance. So it is a huge sort of, I think, distraction for the students who are teenagers, who don't have that much ability to think what is wrong or what is right. Okay. And I think because teenagers are not that much mature to understand the difference between right or wrong. They don't know how to use social media, how to use the network, how to use these kind of things in a proper way. And because they don't know the netiquettes of the internet, of the computer. And they upload their videos, images, emails on social media. So they have to face they have to face a lot of difficulties like cyber crime, human trafficking, and so on. Okay, they I think they are becoming victims by these things. And also, as you all of said that uh, because of mobile phones and these things, we cannot have our good sleep. And because of this, and if we are spending the most of our time on mobile phone, on screen, then it also affects uh, our eyes. Not only eyes, I would say that it we because I think when we use mobile phones or computer, then we don't realize how our posture is. Okay, then we have to face a cervical problem and obesity. Obesity is the major problem, I think, because we prefer to sit at a place and spend lot of time on mobile. Then it also I think it is the reason of obesity, and obesity is the most important I am cause of many diseases. So yeah, and also we don't take our good sleep, and we don't let our tissues to repair, because we all know that when we sleep 6 to 8 hours, then our internal organs usually works, and our repairs our tissues repair the whole body. So these things I think because of this, we all, as Deepika said, that it also a cause of physically inactive, because we don't prefer to play physical game like football, like badminton. We prefer to use mobile phone and watching movies and playing games. So these all are I think negative impact of digital devices on youth. But I would say that digital devices have a lot of positive things, okay? Because if we are all are only uh, uh, talking about negative impact, but it has a positive impact so much if we are using in a proper way this device. So we all have so much thing to do on this device. So yeah, that was my point.
Well said, Sister Nadra.
Yeah, I would like to add one more thing, that because of this device, because of mobile phone, uh, we don't give our family, uh, we don't communicate with them, we don't uh, give time to them. And when we sit in a room, if you think about it, you have 4 members and 6 members in your family, and you are you all are in a room. Then I think that you will communicate half an hour, 1 hour, but after that everyone everyone will start using mobile phones. Then it is not a good way uh, to spend time with with our family. And if I remember the corona days, when we were suffering from corona, then we all used to spend our time with our family. Then that days, I think, in that way, I felt so much so good. because we can give time to our families. But today, I don't think we all are giving the time to the family. So yeah.
Just before the conversation gets over, I would like to ask one thing that, we basically this world is, moving very fast, and we do have a lot of inventions. And thing is that despite of knowing that, we are getting aware about what is digital addiction and how it's, impacting our life. But the thing is that why are we getting digitally addicted? Like, that is a question from me, because I honestly don't know that why are we getting digitally addicted despite of knowing that we are that like digital world is not a safe place.
I think you there was the answer is there in your point that you already mentioned. That is the, I think, the biggest thing is the dopamine effect. It's able to, rush the dopamine in us, and we are getting the instant happiness. It's I think that is the one thing. That's the one, like, the biological thing that's there.
Yeah, that's, biological aspect. But despite of me knowing that I have dopamine addiction, and I do tell my my brothers, younger brothers as well regarding that. But what I feel like is maybe because the world is getting a lot too fast, and to not get behind, we do use phone for other things, but then we get distraction is a bigger aspect of it. What I want to know is, like, what are your opinions regard, other than your biological what other than biological aspects?
I think the other thing is the awareness. You know what? Today, what we do is, the mothers that are there, they even used to give the phone to their 2-year child. If the child start
Completely
crying,
true.
yes.
Completely true. I have seen that.
Yeah.
I have in my
If
family,
the
I've seen
child,
it
you know
multiple
what?
times.
If the child start crying, the mother, what did the mother do? She just threw the phone to him. Yeah, aha. Just let him use it. So this is the biggest thing. We do not realize. That's the thing that I said earlier. We do not realize what this digital addiction is. There is no awareness. You know what, the drug addiction awareness is so much. There is so much money. We put so much money over it. You know what, it drug abuse or drug addiction. For example, let me give you an example of a village. If there is an any boy in the village who is a drug addict, he's in everyone's eye, he's a bad person, he's a bad guy. But Sam does not go with the mobile phone addiction, or the addiction of these devices, digital addiction. So I think there is very less awareness about it.
That's true, because despite of me watching other people that they are using a lot of phone, my that when Nadra mentioned that in lockdown we gave time to our family. I'm really sorry, because I'm not, what you mentioned. I'm not that person. My actual digital addiction started in lockdown, and that's probably because I was in 11th 12th, so all my classes were online. And despite of that, also, all that news and all that suffering I was not able to take up on that. So to get away from it, I was more digitally addicted towards YouTube. And also, I actually when I was until 12th, I did not had a phone. I actually had a phone, but it was just for the communication purposes. I did not had internet in that. And the problem was from sorry till 10th, and 11 12 was my basically my online. It was going through online. So the issue came was that when I crossed 12th, and till 12th I was not fully aware of like a lot of stuff, because I was not fully aware that how to properly use digital things. So I actually lost a very big opportunity which I was not fully aware about. And again, that usually AMU doesn't let you know a lot of stuff. You have to find it by yourself. So I was not aware of that, and I missed a big opportunity. So because of that, now I'm more digitally addicted, that maybe I will lose another opportunity if I don't research well enough. But then again, I need to search well, I need to search a lot of things, I need to talk with my seniors as well, so it's a long process. So maybe that as well, I guess, like that's my perspective.
I think
I
other thing is there is so much money after these social media apps. They are the biggest companies here. The biggest minds are there. Behind the curtains. You can see the if you just see one of the if you are in love with one of the genre that is there, they will send you those reels continuously. So the minds that are there behind the curtains, they are there to make you addicted to it, I think so. This is the other point that's there.
as you asked, Alisa, the question, your question was why why we are becoming addicted of digital devices. Then I have my answer of this question, because I think when you are accessible to anything easily, then I think you start using those things uh, a lot. Okay. And when because you have those things, and you have that ability to to use those things very easily. So I think this is the major thing, because we all have mobile phones, we all have network, then it is very easy to watch movies, and it also gives us instance um, entertainment, like you can watch movies, you can play games, and you can do whatever you want. Then I think accessible to things, it is the major issue of being addicted on anything.
Yeah,
Much.
cheapness of it is the one.
Yeah, but I think it's like, it's about over exploitation. So like when you are
Yes.
getting more, and yet again, after COVID, everything has become accessible online that you mentioned. So that's why we are more towards inclined towards online things, because all the lectures are online, all the movies are online, all the shopping, all the shopping can be done online. Everything is online at this point. E-learning is
Yes, of course.
e-learning, e-shopping, everything is online.
And also, if you go to the any shopping website like Mintra, Flipkart, then how long you how much time you have given that on the you have given that application, you don't even realize, because you don't find your favorite thing that you are searching, and so you are scrolling and scrolling, so it takes too much time, I think.
Okay, we have a new participant join, Mr. Arsalan. Mr.
Uh, Deepika, like, would you like to suggest something, or would you want to speak something? You spoke excellent today. I really liked it.
Thank you so much. I was just listening others. The question you asked was like, I completely agree with Nadra. She said that accessibility is the problem. We often overuse what we have accessible, what we have in access to. So I was just listening others, and this is the fact that accessibility is a problem.
And as Shabir Ahmed I said that today we are giving 1 year old or 2 year old child mobile phone, and you can watch anything that, but don't cry. We all want only that, don't cry. It is on their feeding time, on their every time, I think mother prefers to give a mobile phone on their hand, and they start watching, and I think it is the major it is also a kind of issue that motivate children to use mobile, and they start becoming like addicted of that, because I have seen at my home also that thing.
So thank you everyone for mentioning things that I did not thought about, because I did not thought about that how accessibility has further exploited us. And also one thing that Chabbi mentioned, it was that thing that he mentioned, that we are getting, I missed the point. What was the point? I come, I'm like missing it right now. You mentioned
Yes,
one,
what
you
can
mentioned one point regarding this, right? What was it?
I don't know what are you talking about.
This regarding why are we getting digitally addicted. Before, when you mentioned that social media, they are trying to go, basically get us addicted.
Okay, that I said the money and the mind behind it.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you very much everyone for providing me. I think Rukaiya must take over.
I have a question. How to can you say uh, that how to use social media in a proper way? Because I think in this era, social media has become a very I think bad thing, and every students and teenagers uh, s- are using these social media like Instagram, Facebook, and there are many platform, I think. How they should use.
I think having a proper restricted time regarding that, only using 30 minutes every day, or using only having parental control over it. And also, you know again, yeah, I remembered that when Shabir talked about awareness, that we are lacking awareness, because not only a certain section of the society is getting addicted to it, it's like all the age groups are getting addicted to it. Because in my whole family I have seen it. We are when we are sitting in a room, when there's nothing to talk about, everybody's are on their phone. Like my brother is on his tab, my brother is on his phone, on her phone. So it's like that awareness is not there. And yet again, there are no initiatives being done so that we can basically go through this. Because and one thing that I want to talk about today, I actually wanted to get my Aadhaar card updated. Okay, so I went to the post office, and everything is nothing is online there, nothing is online. Now that is making me more difficult to do any work, because that thing because the government things which are more typical to be done, because you need to run there thousands of times just to get one thing done, and they're not online. So the easiness of online is basically has to be mentioned, that we can do this thing with easiness, and that and certain things has to be off limits. And yet again, we also we like playing things, playing games and all that stuff. We need to get out of our dopamine addiction. We need to be more onto our serotonin levels. Serotonin is more of a long calming effect. Now that's my perspective. I have not read it very properly, but that's what I feel like, is that we need to get done thing more towards serotonin, that increases serotonin. That's more like meditation, calmness. And then again, and yeah, that's pretty much it, that we need to work our own levels on the dopamine addiction level. We need to reduce that, we need to get it down. We do not have to get overstimulated. We need to be talking more, we need to do more outdoor working activities rather than being online, and certainly have restricted time limits.
Yes, I completely agree with your statement that there is lack of awareness to to the if we also can see our family members that everyone uh, always on their phone. So I think yeah, you are right.
Also, I would like to add that for every app, there is an option to limit the time screen. For whether it is Instagram or YouTube, there is an option to limit the time screen. We can set that whether we want it for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. Also, there is an overall option in your mobile phones. I think it is available in every phone. That is digital well-being and parenting mode. I guess this is something. So through that option also, your whole screen time can be monitored, and how much time you are investing in each and application will also be there. So I think especially for the children's parents can see and of course control them so that this habit stops there itself and does not grow in future.
Um, uh, you have said right, Deepika, because I also have set my my screen time that how much spend on WhatsApp and on education and these things. And when I see, then if education I have spent more time on education, then I feel good in my with with myself. Okay, and when I see I have spent more time on YouTube and other platform, then I feel regret that what I have done the whole day. So it feels like that you are not good path, and or you are a good in a good path. So you can also I think it is also a like motivation for you. So yeah, you have said completely right. I agree.
You know what happened to me? Here in Aligarh, I tried to just left the phone in the room and then we went for the chai on the dabas. But what happened is now I become the chai addict. I think if you go somewhere with your friends, left the phone there in the room, it may help a lot.
I think we need more hobbies that needs us to be out of phones, because like I like to do art, I like to read, but then that's out of the phone things. So that's probably one, because if you do not have friends like me, so that's one thing that I'm suggesting right now.
I think this is true that more hobbies is important, because I think most of the young generation, or the brothers and sisters I see around myself, they have this excuse that we don't have anything to do. What we'll do, so we use phone. So that's a very important thing, which I think there should be more hobbies so that they can engage themselves there instead of mobile.
And when Nadra asked, what can we imagine our life without phones and without digital addiction or without any, digital world? So at first I was very confused. Like, true, what would I have done? What have I done without phones and all that stuff? But then I remember that I do used to engage myself. I was kind of very small, so I did not had a lot of things to remember. But then again, till 10th I did not had phone. Okay, I did not had phone, I did not had anything to use it with. So I was just keeping myself busy with studies. I was very consistent with my studies, not right now. So then again, I was consistent in my studies, I was consistent with what I really like to do. And I used to be very more engaged with physical activities and things. So again, I think Nadra mentioned it earlier as well, like regarding obesity and all that stuff. So that's a good point as well.
Yes, this experience, the experience of not having an internet, I experienced it for I think 6 to 7 months. Then Article 370 was revoked. It was very fun. We did a lot of things during those, 6 or 7 months. A lot of cricket, a lot of other things, football, etc.
New participant has uh, joined, then I would like to invite him. Mr. Amir, would you like to say something? Could you introduce yourself? Because I think you have joined first time. Mr. Amir, can you hear me? Okay, don't think he wants to say anything.
It was wonderful to listen you all. Can I leave? My phone is on the verge of, you know what? It will switch off now.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
I also want to leave because I do have a lot of work and
I
I
have
don't
I
want
have a question for Aliza that have your exam all over is
No,
over
not at
now?
all. My class got cancelled today. Just that's why I'm joined. Otherwise, I
Okay.
actually also joined on Saturday, but I think I joined 10 minutes late, so nobody joined it at that time. So I was like, maybe the class has got cancelled. So that was also one thing. My class actually this semester I have examination all the time, so it's like doesn't have to be worried about that because I think I have on an average 5 to 6 exams that I have to sit, and those are like I'm not pretty serious about. I still have to give it, but because that's just one way of getting known with getting comfortable with the examination. So that's one thing. So
No, that is why I was thinking like that you are giving the whole time uh, today. So I was thinking like that your exam is over
no,
now. That
it's
is
just
why
my
I'm
exam
asking.
class got cancelled today, so I was like, okay,
Okay,
maybe
no
I'll
problem.
join, and the conversation was going pretty well, so I did not want to disrupt it. And
Yeah.
last time I actually went earlier because I had my class started right at that
Yeah,
moment.
it would be understandable. Okay, we all understand that because
And
everyone has their own problem and their own stuffs to do. Because I was also not. I think I couldn't join the Friday's session because I also have had some things to do. So that is why.
true, and
So
also I do not want to lose speak up discussion forum because generally speaking it has helped me a lot, and
yeah.
my fear of talking front of other people and fear of talking with a lot has changed in 2024, and this is one thing that has helped me a lot with my personality. So seeing less and less of people day by day makes me feel a bit bad about it, but until and unless it's going, so I'm really happy about this. And I don't know, like I'm just suggesting it, but I think to get more engagement with speak up discussion forum, I think we do have to arrange something along with speak up discussion forum, like something regarding the speak up discussion forum, or some competition regarding this. Like I would like require to talk about it, because like if she can suggest something regarding that, because I think maybe people are getting a bit feeling that's what I think now that I told now, like we are having accessibility. So then you start feeling, oh, I can join it later as well. So I would not. That's what I was feeling just right the moment when Rukaya sent the reminder. I was feeling, oh, maybe I will join it later because today my class got cancelled and I was kind of very busy in the morning, so I was getting kind of a bit tired. So I was thinking maybe I will join it later, but then I force myself to join it because then again having a healthy conversation helps you out. So just to I thankfully I joined it today because it was a very excellent conversation that we had today. And I wanted to talk about this topic because I do suffer from this a lot. So that was pretty much it. And to get more engagement, I think it's more like we need to do some events regarding along with speaker discussion forum.
Yes, of course, I completely agree with you. If it is possible, then Rukaya should talk to sir. What was
I am
name?
audible.
I don't know.
Azhar
Hello.
bhai.
As for Afsar, yeah, that
Azfar, yeah,
is
sorry,
something.
sorry. I don't
Yeah,
remember the full name. Let's just talk
yeah.
about, the coordinator. That's for
Yes,
you.
coordinator. Yeah, I think it would be good.
Yeah.
So Rukaya can talk to him. So I think.
And I don't know it's easy or not. I know it's very difficult, but also along with having online things, I think it's better to have something along with some offline events. I know it's very difficult, but right now it's winter vacation going on, and after 28th Jan, most probably most of the people will be returning. Okay, so I think more people will be engaged because that's the pretty much the timing which when more people are more fresh and more
Exempt.
interested in attending events. So I'm just
Mhm.
suggesting things because I'm good at intuitions. That's what I've always felt like. So that's like that. That's pretty much it. Because I do not want to lose speaker discussion forum. That is one thing that I really want to join.
Am I audible? Hello.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are audible.
Introduce yourself.
So actually, I was outside. There was a lot of rush there. That's why I had not opened my mic. So I'm Amar, a student at Legal Muslim University. Basically, I guess right. One thing I would like to point out is that I had a lot of discussions about this. Like the topic for today is what if mobile would not be there, like what would be we be doing? Okay, so one of you have told that earlier in that in the session particularly that we would be doing some physical activity. So I just have a like a negative point for this, like to oppose the motion that I have heard many of the people saying that when we don't have, like I'm talking about the older generation, those people who are 60 and 70 now. So they just told that mobile is not a that big thing. It's us. It's our self. Whatever you can say. हमारा मन है वो. So basically, उस टाइम पे भी they those people were reading novels and comics to procrastinate instead of doing some physical work. Those people used to read magazines, etc. So uh, medium of the media has changed, but people are same. So we can't just blame the mobile phones. Yeah, it has made a lot more easier for us to procrastinate, but the only the medium has changed. Still, the things are same. That's all I want to say. And it was good having all of your thoughts. It was really good.
Yes, of
Like,
course. It is not the fault of mobile phones and computers. Yeah, I
yeah,
absolutely agree with that. It depends on us that how we are using mobile phones and our network and these kind of things. This
mm,
because uh, we are human. Okay, mobile phones are not a human. They don't think. They don't uh, move. So it depends on us that we are using this and how much we should use it. So yeah, I
mm,
completely agree with you.
yeah. Even somebody just told that what if Article 371 would be there, like no internet would be there, then we would be much productive. No, it is not the point. Yeah, we would download it from somewhere and we would still procrastinate. I have still seen some of the people who just download multiple series and see them one by one, everything like was the course of their syllabus or what, I don't know. By the way, like how long usually these sessions are? Anybody? Anybody?
No. Yes, Alisa.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I would just like to, mention that despite of people, they were trying to, procrastinate writing, basically with another sort of media. But I do feel like that media was, not a very on a very large scale because not many people had access to
Not
books.
now. It used to be.
And also what I feel like is that if a lot of people make initiatives regarding having more outdoor activities, or having a lot of things out of the internet which are not necessary enough. Genuinely speaking, why is social media necessary? Genuinely speaking, I do not have any idea about why is social media, having anything. I still feel like YouTube is necessary enough, but having Instagram, having things like that, what was it, Facebook, and these things, why are these necessary? So that's just a way of marketing, and that is they are using a biological perspective as well, that making us more addicted towards it. So that's one thing also, I think I would like to mention. Yeah, that's true.
Hmm. So asking what is the time of the session? Like it's half an hour or 1 hour?
It's actually already over. I think I don't hear from
Yes.
Priya, I guess. So if anybody wants to leave, they can leave. I will also leave right now. I
Yeah,
need.
I think we should wind up
If
this
anyone
session.
wanted to say anything, they can. Otherwise, I will wind up the session.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so thank you everyone for joining us today. Hope to see you all in our upcoming session.
Rukaya,
Assalamualaikum.
could you please
Yeah.
tell Amir the the timing of session, because I
Timing of
think
session is
it
8 to
isn't.
9.
Yes.